What's up, y'all? I'm Whitt Piker, and today we're in a town that Al Capone and Babe Ruth used to vacation in. I mean, this is a historic town. This was the place to be back in the 1920s. But it was also in the 1920s that Alex and Gladys McClard had a little place called the West Side Tourist Court that would later become McClard's Barbecue. And let me tell you, this place is a staple in this town and this state. It's even been inducted into the Arkansas Food Hall of Fame. Former President Bill Clinton is eating here. Aerosmith is eating here. There's been some famous people eating here. See, 4 generations of McClards have been at the helm of the place. And now it's my man Scott, and he's killing it here. I was raised not far from here, and when we talked about great barbecue, we always talked about McClards. But today, we're not talking about it, we're eating it. You know why? Because it's cheat meal time, y'all. What's up, y'all? I'm Whitt Piker, and I'm a 46-year-old personal trainer who over 20 years ago lost over 100 pounds, and I've kept it off. And one of the things that helped me on this journey was my weekly cheat meal. I stay on a strict diet, but once a week, I get to eat whatever I want. So I designed a show a little bit about fitness, a little bit about nutrition, and a whole lot about my cheat meals. And I'm taking you with me on this journey. It's cheat meal time, y'all. Here we are at the epicenter. I want to tell you, this place is iconic in this town. And they just opened and it's already starting to get packed. There's people coming in getting all sorts of stuff. And now we're going to walk back into the kitchen. And this is where we're going to meet Don, who is one of the head cooks, one of the head pit masters, one of the head grill masters, one of the main men. And he's going to take us through how to make the whole spread. Just wait for that. What's up, y'all? Is everybody happy to be here today? There's nowhere you'd rather be on Saturday than at work, right? Y'all bunch of liars. So, this is Don right here. Don is going to take us through how to make what's called the whole spread. It's pretty iconic around here, right?
It is.
I'm going to eat that today for my cheat meal. You think I can take it all down by myself?
Man, it's going to be tough.
let's take a vote right now. Who thinks I can eat that?
Help, though.
Yeah, I'm going by myself?
Yeah, I think you got it. Yeah, you got it.
We'll see. And I'm going to eat a piece of cake, too. All right, so where does this start?
Well, it starts over here.
All right.
We're going to do it on the spread? Yeah.
We're going to make the spread.
We'll start with the tamales, the whole spread.
Look at those. McClards goes through 3,000 hand-rolled tamales a week. That's a lot of tamales. Oh, look at that. You see that? And the Fritos. Can't go wrong with Fritos. They go right on top of the tamales. They don't look so big yet, does it?
Oh, it will.
And I'll tell you this, McClards goes through 250 gallons of beans a week. Can you believe that? It's a lot of beans. What states produce the most beans, if you had to guess? Don?
If I had to guess, man, I wouldn't even...
It's not going to be where you think.
Oh, yeah?
North Dakota and Michigan are the top 2 bean producing
I was
states.
going to say something like Detroit.
I know it. Detroit produces a lot of other things, but not beans. You know what I'm saying? And what is that? That's the chopped beef?
Yeah, that's the chopped beef.
And that's brisket?
And that's goose neck round. But like after we get all this on there, you got your option if you want cheese and onion or you just want cheese.
Well, I'm going to take it all.
Oh, you want it all? Okay.
Somebody even recommended that I put coleslaw on top of it, too. Have you heard that? You got that one before?
People do that.
We're going to do that.
You going to do that?
We're going to do that.
We're going to do that then.
You know what else they do? 250 gallons of coleslaw a week. They go through a lot of food here. And they've been doing it since 1928. I think Scott was 7. Man.
Better not have been.
Look at that. That's crazy. Now,
that's going to be a lot.
You make the sauce right here.
Make it right here.
Here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to taste this sauce. We're going to test it, all right? This is iconic sauce, and this sauce is sold all over America. It's sold everywhere.
It is.
So, it's more of a tomato and vinegar base. It's a mixture of the two, both the North and the South styles of barbecue sauce. We're going to taste it right now. It's good. That's good sauce. I'm gonna take it over.
Works.
You know it. You know it, Don. Look at that. You know they also call a mob boss a Don. Are you a mob boss?
No, I
See
wish.
the McClard mob boss in here?
I wish.
We know you are. Look at that.
It's gonna be a lot.
Look at that. That is definitely cheat meal worthy, right? And they also, one other thing they do, and I'm gonna have to try a few of these because I've heard how great these French fries are here.
Oh yeah.
3,000 pounds of fries.
That's our guy right there.
Ah, 3,000 pounds of potatoes a week. And what's your name? Darion.
That's the best fry cook in Arkansas.
You heard it here first. Darion has been in Southern Living magazine as the best fry cook in Arkansas.
You heard it?
And he's been People magazine because he used to date Rihanna. Right?
You can say that.
Yeah. So how does the fries start? What do we got? We got fresh cut potatoes here.
Fresh cut.
That's the real thing right there. So he don't set no timer or nothing. He just knows how long the fries go, right?
Right. That's why he's number one in Arkansas.
That's right.
You got it.
Number one fry cook in Arkansas right here. D. L-A-D. L-A-D. Go follow him on Instagram. What's his Instagram? Come on. Go follow him on Twitter. Snapchat. Follow him on Snapchat. Darion's game's not too strong. He didn't throw out his Snapchat. You see that? Now, we're going to try these beans too. These beans, they go through 250 gallons of beans a week. A week? Jeez. Who's the bean extraordinaire? Who makes
He
these?
left at 10:30. You missed him today.
We missed him.
Actually, you probably saw him.
What's his name?
Philip McClard.
Philip. Shout out to Philip. Phil. Oh man. Those are good. Those are really good. They have meat in there too, right?
Yeah.
What they got in there?
Beef and pork.
Beef and pork. That's good. They got all sorts of stuff going on. They have, this is, what's this plate right here?
The barn sampler.
The barn sampler.
Has ribs, chopped beef, chopped pork, smoked sausage. You can also get it sliced.
Oh wow.
And a side.
That's awesome.
All your meats.
Look at that big old Texas toast right there. That's not no plain old white bread. But we're here with the main man. He probably wouldn't say he's the main man, but I say he's the main man.
Not really.
Fourth generation McClard to work here. It's been in his family since 1928. He was telling me they've been in this building, made the long trek about 4 blocks down.
About 4 blocks down and about, I think it was the early 50s, 51 or 52, we made it here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've been here ever since?
Yep.
And
Ever since standalone, this is it.
that's
Just
crazy.
us.
And I know you've probably had chances to franchise and move out and do all sorts of things. Now you do sell your barbecue sells all over America.
Yeah, we do.
And
we ship like coast to coast.
that's
online.
right. I mean, you can even get it in the major box stores too. I mean, so.
Yeah, you can.
But I mean, the good thing about a place like this is they take pride in what's going on right here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is your home. You've been here all your life. This is your family, and
My town.
that's right.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in what we do.
And I will say that he's not really that much taller than me. He's standing on a thing right now. I'm only 5.
It's not that tall, Whitt.
You're 6'7". So what do we got here? What are we carving up here?
We've got beef, and we got pork, and we got ribs, and we got sausage. We got a little bit of everything. What we're doing is just getting ready for the day.
So they're prepping right now.
Yep, just trying to get everything ready.
Here at McCords, they go through 7,000 pounds of beef and pork a week. Is that right? Can you? That's. Let me do the math real quick on
In
that.
the summertime, it's insane.
I bet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
364,000 pounds a year.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. What's up, y'all? For this week's fitness tip, I want to talk to you about 3 quick things. Now, most of you may know I'm a regional trainer manager for a pretty large fitness company, but I also train on a daily basis. And there's 3 areas I always cover with my new clients or people that are not real experienced, just to try to make it as simple as possible. Number one, calories. The bottom line is the hardest thing in all of this, honestly, is what you eat. It's the eating part of it. Food is so good, it's so delicious, it's hard to be disciplined. But to make it more simple and not worry about all the things that you have to put into it, just worry about calories. Bottom line is, you create a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight. The second area that we always cover in a new program is cardio. Yes, and we've talked about this ad nauseum on here, the dreaded cardio, how we hate to do cardio. I gave you my tip about Netflix on the treadmill. You've gotta do that. But cardio is important, not just to look better, but it's for a better quality of life. It'll help you in all aspects of life. So that's the second thing you need to focus on. And the thing about cardio is you need to find what works best for you. There's not no magic pill, there's not no magic formula. You have to do what you can do. And the third thing is weights. Now, I had a lady tell me the other day, oh, I don't want to lift weights, I don't want to look like a man. Well, and then actually had a lady tell me, I don't want to lift weights, I don't want to look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Well, I thought if I could give you a piece of paper and you would do it and look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, then I would look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So that's not how it works all the time. Remember those three things. And if you have any questions about any of that, I'll be glad to answer you back. Feel free to comment and ask any questions that you have. And that's your tips of the week.
How do you work here, man? How are you not fat? We got some sausage to nibble on, and let me go get your fries. I'll be right there. There's your fries.
I'm not going to be able to eat all this, I can tell you.
How many beers we having?
As many as you got. This place is an icon. This is one of the most iconic places. To say that it's in the Arkansas Food Hall of Fame, that's a big accolade. And I know, I can already tell that Scott is super humble. You come on.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can tell that Scott is super humble, but this place is a success. This place is amazing. And I want to hear the story about this iconic barbecue sauce that's on everything that you guys do. And y'all make that fresh here, right?
Yeah, every day. We make it fresh every day.
And I'm going to go ahead and get started. You
Go ahead. And by the way, speaking of fresh every day, we don't get a lot of stuff off of the truck before we get into the sauce. The slaw that we make down here is handmade every morning. The beans that we make down here are homemade beans with our recipe. They're made every morning. The sauce is made every morning. The tamales are like made and hand rolled every morning. I mean, we're talking about like 300 to 400 hot tamales. You know,
It's like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Every
per day.
day.
Yeah, per day.
So
I mean,
one thing you have to learn about the restaurant business is it may say 11 to 8. That they're here,
no, it goes.
They have been here since probably 6 o'clock this morning doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So.
My uncle gets here at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Gets here at 2 a.m. to get everything started up, and then we take over about 11 o'clock.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the sauce now. That's a great story. It's my it was my great grandmother and grandfather, and they had a little tourist court. Mm-hmm. And back in the days, you didn't really have like a lot of hotels around. It was just a tourist court, and they had little bungalows. They had a traveler that stayed with them for about a week, and at the end of that week, he came to my great grandfather and he said, "Hey, look, I don't have any money. I just want to let you know, and I'm not going to skip out on you, but what I do have is a barbecue recipe that I've been working on." So my great grandfather was like, "Okay, it's better than nothing." So he took it. My great grandmother and great grandfather played around with it, and I think what they did mainly, I think they cooked it down. They did a little bit extra to it, I guess.
Right.
And then he had a little 6-bar in his, I guess it was like a gas station right there in front of the tourist court.
A 6-seat bar, right?
Yeah,
there.
a little 6-seat bar.
Yeah.
So what he did, he started serving barbecue using that recipe. And they ate goat back then, pretty much. You didn't eat beef. If you ate, if you ate beef back then, I mean, you were a Rockefeller.
You were
rich of the rich if you ate beef. So they ate chicken and goat. Well, they started serving the barbecue, and it just kind of caught on. They were like, "Hey, you might ought to think about doing this full time."
And now, 90 years later,
91 years later, we're
still here with this amazing sauce that's sold all over America.
Yes.
And it's great. So this, I'm having the whole spread right here.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this. There's a story behind this, I'm sure. It has to be.
The whole spread was created by my father, Joe McClard. we had this dishwasher. His name was Billy Norton. Billy could do just amazing stuff. Like we have 2 dishwashers now, whereas in Billy did that by himself and he could do it blistering fast, just amazing. But the problem is Billy was drunk every morning. Every morning he would come in drunk. He had, he was on time, he was here, but he was always drunk. So it was a busy Saturday. He was drunk, and Billy can't get going until he sobers up. So my dad goes in the back, and he starts throwing stuff on a plate. And he gets a tamale, and he gets some beans, and he gets chips, and he gets beef, and he gets all this stuff on it. He's like, Billy, eat this, sober up, and get to work. And so, like, he comes in the next day, and he's drunk again. He's like, hey, Joe, you think you could fix me that thing again that you made me yesterday? Yeah. So he started eating it, and then he started eating it for lunch, and he came out to the bar, and he would eat it, at the bar. People would be like, what's he having on there?
Yeah.
What is that? And he would say, oh, it's some spread Joe made me.
Yeah.
So then you had like a handful of people in this town that only knew about it.
Right.
Then that handful went from 12 to 13 to 14 to 15 people. It was like their little deal. Like we get to eat a spread.
Kind of became a niche thing.
Yeah, little niche things like this is our special deal. It's called a spread. It's Joe's spread.
Yeah.
Then it became to the point where we got to put it on the menu. And now it's like one of our best sellers. Besides the ribbon fries, that is one of our best sellers.
It's almost kind of taken on a life of its own.
Oh, it has.
When I told people I was coming to McClards, that's one of the first things I said.
You got to get a spread.
And what's funny to me is, you don't typically think about tamales at a barbecue restaurant.
No, you don't. No, that started with my great-grandmother. There was a man in town named Conrad Ritter, and he had a little shop downtown, and he sold tamales, Ritter's Tamales. My great-grandmother would always buy the tamales, and he would have we're talking about a horse-drawn carriage now, right? So he would come up here and sell my great-grandmother tamales. Yeah. She loved them, and she was like, his name was Alex, my great-grandfather. She was, Alex, we need to put these on the menu. And he's like, that just doesn't go with barbecue. We're not putting hot tamales on a barbecue menu.
Right.
Well, you know who won?
That's right.
Yeah.
Mama always wins.
Mama always wins.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that's it. Mama always wins.
Man, this is amazing. I can tell you already, the flavors in this are so good. I'm so thankful that you had us here.
Oh, man, thank you so much.
You think I can take all this down?
I think you can. Yeah, I think you can. This is your cheat meal. You
That's
better
right.
Slam it. Slam it.
This is the man right here, Scott McClard. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Whitt.
Thanks. So, you heard the story about the tamales. Tamales have been around since 8000 BC. That's a little fun fact for you. Tamales have been around since 8000 BC. It's from the Aztec Indians. They started doing that. But I did just check the weather for Mexico tomorrow. It's chilly today, hot tamale. You take the Aztec word and you translate it directly. Tamale just means wrapped. And what they do is they take corn, like a corn or starchy material, and they put chicken or beef or pork or cheese or chilies inside that, and then they cook it inside a corn husk. Now, Aztec Indians used to only eat tamales on special occasions. There was 2 times a year that the Aztec Indians would eat tamales. Number 1 was to celebrate the birth of the corn god. Number 2 was to celebrate the birth of the fire god. That's the only 2 times. Now, you can have tamales every day at McClard. They sell 3,000 tamales a week here. Can you believe that? Are you going to have this? You're gonna have this. It's good. And there's Fritos on there. Fritos came from San Antonio, Texas. That's where Fritos were originated. 1932. You know, it's so weird. I don't even look this stuff up. It's just all right here. Homemade, fresh, hand-cut fries. They do this right here. And here's another number for you. They sell they go through 3,000 pounds of potatoes a week. Oh, those are like your mama made right there. Here you go. Try one of those. It's good, huh? Now I gotta quit playing around with those stuff here. Y'all gonna help me eat this, right? Really good. It's got a little bit of a spice to it. But it's delicious. The brisket usually comes from the chest of a cow, the pectoral area. You cook it for about 5 to 8 hours at about 225 degrees. And this has the best flavor to it. Those Fritos have a really good crunch to it. Why did no one laugh at the Frito joke? It was too corny. That joke. I'm almost halfway through.
Diet Coke, it cancels out all the calories. Somebody told me that if you drink Diet Coke, it causes you to lose your memory. I can't remember who told me that. That tamale is perfectly soft. It's got the right consistency. It tastes so good. Oh, there's another one coming right there. Oh, are y'all sharing that?
Yes, definitely.
I might have should have done that.
That's yours for sharing right there.
That's right. This is my first time to have one of these, so.
This would be about 5,000.
Oh, is that right? I'm gonna try to finish it. I'm gonna do this. You have faith in me, right? Comment below right now at this mark if you think I'm gonna finish it. I'm going to. No, I'm not usually a huge onion fan, but these onions really add the right amount of flavor to that. And they're Vidalia onions, so they're not super strong, but they give the right amount of bite and crunch to them. Barbecue is a American cultural thing. I mean, I was somewhere last night and talking to a guy. Maybe it's just because I'm getting old. This is how old guys talk. But we brought up the subject of barbecuing and barbecue. I swear we talked for 45 minutes about all our techniques and what we do. And I'm going to tell you, this place is known all over as some of the best barbecue around. You remember, you probably don't remember this, but there was a guy that was the original weatherman on the Today Show named Willard Scott. Do you remember him? Willard Scott. This one's for you old folks out there. Willard Scott said that McClard's barbecue was the best barbecue in America. They've been in Southern Living magazine. They've actually even been in Runner's World magazine because they had a list of places to eat after races, and McClard was on that list of places to eat after. Definitely after. That's Cheat-alicious. Trying that one out. That's Cheat-tastic. Cheat-abulous. Cheat-amazing. Holy cheat, that's good. Sorry, Mom. Nothing but the Fritos left. We got dessert. All right. Homemade in-house carrot cake. They make this homemade right here. And ice cream. They brought me 2 utensils like I'm gonna share that. Heck no. Y'all know that carrot cake is one of my favorite things. They make all their desserts here in-house too. And you heard Scott say, all their sauces, their beans, their slaw, they get very few things off the truck. They make that all in-house. Scott's Uncle Phil comes in every morning at 2 o'clock in the morning to get everything prepped. You know, when we go to a restaurant, we see, like I told Scott, we see that they're open from 11 to 8, so we don't think that much about it. They're here working non-stop, starting at 2 o'clock in the morning, all the way till they close down, and they got to clean everything up. This is a lifestyle. This is a life. This is not just a job. And they are killing it, doing it so good. Ice cream used to only be served to royalty back in the 1600s. Do you know that? But now it's available to everybody. You remember the absolute joy when you'd be sitting in your house and you'd hear the ice cream truck come through your neighborhood? Like you'd almost knock the walls down trying to find 27 cents for an Astro Pop. It's a great thing about cheat meal. No guilt. I've earned this. I worked hard all week. I got my horses in the tractor. It's still in my head. I can't get it out of there. I'm gonna take my horse. Oh, a little bit of a rain freeze. So I didn't tell you that March 23rd is National Tamale Day. So I think you should make it a point to come here March 23rd to have tamales at a barbecue restaurant. And just so you know too, in case you were wondering, January 29th is National Frito Day. I wonder if other chips have their own day or just Frito. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last bite I'm eating for the next 6 weeks. Mark it down. Here we go. Go ahead and softball at it. Soft. It's a cheat meal word. Softball.
Hey, that guy from the office, he's been here. That's what she said. That's another episode of Cheat Meal on the books, and let me tell you something. This is on my bucket list right here. I was raised close to this place, so this place has always been close to my heart, and it never lets you down, I promise, and it didn't let me down today. They're packed in there, serving all that great barbecue, and I gotta say it was epic and amazing. If you're ever in Hot Springs, come on by and try out McClards. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And then click the bell notification so you'll know when we post new content. Always interact with us on all our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and just even leave comments for us if you have any questions. And remember, stay fit, eat clean, and have a cheat meal to stay sane.